Hello, a quick update from Noib. We actually wanted to let you know that, especially for businesses, we started a webpage where you can figure out how you can cope with the Court of Justice ruling and how you can comply with it. What's super interesting is how you basically can work on the judgment right now. If you use the SCCs, you have to do this case-by-case analysis, and to do that, you basically can check the US law that's relevant and see if a US provider or company that you work with falls under these laws. We also have a list of the companies that definitely fall under it because they have their own transparency reports citing the law. For example, Amazon or Facebook or Google or Microsoft, they definitely fall under FISA and these surveillance laws. There is a lot of other information here that you can find, but what's probably relevant for a lot of people is you may not know if your controller or processor in the US actually falls under these surveillance laws. And we have two model letters you can send to them asking them. First of all, for US data importers, where you can ask them upfront if they actually fall under these surveillance laws or not. But also for hosting in Europe if it's done by a US company, because FISA, the surveillance law, is not limited to the US. It does not have a territorial scope that limits it to the US only, so you may want to ask a couple of the European providers as well. This is basically a PDF where you can go through and people can then click and say, you know, this is actually what we do and what we don't do. You see it here. There's basically a yes, no, or we can't tell you. There's also questions on other relevant law on technical means that they put forward to ensure that there is no snooping on the way to the US. And not probably the least important thing, it's also about liability if the data really has to go back to Europe. Who actually pays for all the costs that come from it? In the case of SECs, it's the data importer in the US if they haven't informed you about these surveillance laws beforehand. We hope this is basically helping you to be compliant with the GDPR and the Court of Justice ruling, and we'll update all of that rather soon. All of it is free to use. You can change it, you can copy and paste the texts and put it together so that it fits for your purpose. Again, everything is for free without any copyright and so on, because as you know, we're not a law firm. We're here to help people comply with the GDPR. Thanks a lot and see you soon.